Hello everyone! My name is Brielle, Samantha, and Brielle. Today, I'm gonna be sharing with you the story of Cinderella. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, a beautiful girl named Cinderella lived with her devoted father. Sadly, Cinderella's mother passed away. As time went by, Cinderella's father decided she needed a new mother to take care of her. He married again, giving his daughter a stepmother and two stepsisters. Cinderella's father soon died. Then the stepmother's true nature was revealed. The stepmother gave Cinderella a little room in the attic and all the housework to do. This was how Cinderella got her name, because when she cleaned fireplaces, she was always covered with cinders. But Cinderella had many friends. The birds and mice loved her. She protected them from her stepmother's nasty cat, Lucifer. Two of her favorite mice were called Gus and Jack. They would do anything for Cinderella. In another part of the kingdom, the king was worrying about his son. "It's high time to marry and settle down," he told the Grand Duke. The king decided to hold a ball that night. In hope of finding his son a wife, he asked the Grand Duke to send out the invitations straight away. When the invitation arrived, Cinderella's stepmother announced, "There's a royal ball. Every eligible maiden is to attend." "That means I can go too," Cinderella said. "I see no reason why not," the stepmother replied with a sly smile. "If you get your work done and can find something suitable to wear." Cinderella worked hard all day long, and her stepmother and stepsisters kept her busy with endless chores. When Cinderella finally returned to her little attic room, it was almost time to leave for the ball, and her dress wasn't ready. The loyal mice found ribbons, ruffles, and bows, and sewed them to the party dress. When they were finished, Cinderella's breasts looked beautiful, but the stepsisters shrieked when they saw Cinderella. "They're my ribbons!" They tore her dress to shreds and then left Cinderella behind. Cinderella ran into the garden. She wept and wept. Suddenly, a cloud of lights began to twinkle and glow. "Come now, dry those tears," said a gentle voice. Cinderella was amazed when a small woman appeared in the cloud. It was Cinderella's fairy godmother. "The first thing you need is a pumpkin," said the fairy godmother. Sparkles floated across the garden, and a pumpkin rose up and transformed into an elegant coach. The mice turned into horses, and the old horse became a coachman. Then, with a quick wave of her magic wand, the fairy godmother turned Cinderella's rug into an exquisite gown. The fairy godmother also gave Cinderella a pair of beautiful glass slippers. "You have until midnight, when at the stroke of 12, the spell will be broken," the fairy godmother said. Cinderella promised to leave the ball on time. Then she stepped into her coach and was swept away to the palace. Cinderella was going to the ball. When Cinderella arrived at the ball, the prince was captivated by her beauty. Ignoring everyone else, he kissed her hand and asked her to dance. Cinderella and the prince swirled across the ballroom. They danced every dance together, but suddenly Cinderella heard the clock begin to chime. "Oh goodness," she gasped. "It's midnight. I must goodbye." "Come back," called the prince. "I don't even know your name." Cinderella hurried down the palace steps in her haste. She lost one of the glass slippers and she leaped into the waiting coach and rushed home. Cinderella heard the palace clock chime. As soon as the coach went through the gates, the magic spell was broken. Cinderella found herself dressed in her old rags, but she still had one glass slipper. Her coachman was a horse again, and her horses were her mouse friends. They all hurried home. They had to be back before the others returned from the ball. The next day, the Grand Duke came to the house. He was looking for the girl who had lost her slipper at the palace. The prince wanted to make her his bride. Cinderella smiled and hummed off waltz that had been played at the ball. The stepmother was suspicious and locked Cinderella in her room to keep her out of sight. Gus and Jack had a plan to have Cinderella escape from the attic. They stole the key from the stepmother's pocket, tugged it upstairs, unlocked the door. Cinderella thanked her friends and rushed downstairs to try on the glass slippers. At the sight of Cinderella, the stepmother foamed. She tried the footman who was holding the slipper, and it fell to the floor and broke into thousands of pieces. "But you see," Cinderella said, reaching into her pocket, "I have the other slipper." She put it on and it fit perfectly. Cinderella went off to the palace with the Grand Duke. The prince was overjoyed to see her, and so was the king. Cinderella and the prince were soon married. The kingdom welcomed the happy couple. In her happiness, Cinderella didn't forget about her animal friends. They all moved to the castle with her. Everyone in the kingdom was delighted with the prince's new bride, and Cinderella and the prince lived happily ever after.